Hello everyone, welcome to a small walkthrough of how to install Eclipse IDE onto your Windows machine. This will be a fresh install of Eclipse on my side. Again, the Mac step should be very similar to this, but I'll try to put together a small Mac video for that as well. And I'll also link a few extra videos I found about installing it on Eclipse. On the Mac. To get started, we're just going to go ahead and type in Eclipse download into Google, and then eclipse.org is where we're going to navigate to next. You're going to have access to two different options here, an Eclipse IDE 2021 and then a Tamarin. Just go ahead and download the IDE of 2021 and then hit download again up here, and it should go ahead and give you an installer. And cool. So we should get an Eclipse installer popping up for us. Now you're going to have a bunch of different options. If some of us have been programming before, we might have used a few of these already. The one that we want to get is the Eclipse IDE for Java developers. And you'll notice here we have a J and a C in the images there. This is going to be what we're going to be using for the course and for later Java courses as well. So go ahead and hit that one. Now you can pick any location that you would like for you to have them installed. If you have files inside of your desktop that you keep for your courses, you can go ahead and hit this file folder here and then determine it to. I'm just going to leave these as our default installation, whatever that gives you right away, and I'm going to hit install. Now you should get a green option up here, installation completed successfully, and a launch option as well. I'm going to hit launch here, and you'll notice that you'll get this Eclipse IDE of 2021-12. Now, this portion here, when you take CSC281, you're going to have to do something with the workspace here. You can actually put this workspace, and what a workspace for is where we're going to keep all the files we're working with. I'm going to keep it at the default location here in my user's my name Eclipse workspace. Feel free to put it elsewhere. I will say though, keeping it at the default one will make it easier for all of us, and we don't really need to navigate to it and fiddle around there. It's just for Eclipse to save our files. So I'll keep it as the default workspace. I'm going to go ahead and hit launch after this one, and it should go ahead and start up my Eclipse IDE. Now you should be greeted with a welcome sign over here. And if you watched that syllabus walkthrough, I talked a bit about how the difficulty of Java is that we have a larger work environment as well. And I can kind of showcase this in just setting up our first little project. So there's a bunch of items here. There's also tutorials here if you want to learn more on your own about this as well. But what I want all of us to do after we have this running is to figure out, is to try to make a sample Java file. So if you see up here, we have this option that says restore on the top left side, and it has two windows on top of each other. If you click that, it should bring up this item called the Package Explorer. So Java is a bit different because we have a lot of packages that we work with, and the top level package we're working with is called the project. So we're going to make a new Java project. Now a Java project contains folders inside of it that also contain classes of Java classes. We'll learn all about this as we go through the quarter, but just know that the structure and the build out of these Java files is a lot more involved than Python, for instance, where you only have a .py file. So to get started, we're going to hit create a Java project, and you're going to be greeted with a bunch of different options. If you see here the default location, if you're using a different workspace, you might need to change this. I'm just going to leave it as a default one. And then I'm just going to type in hello CSC281 as my project name. Now this can be anything you'd like, test project 1. It could be anything you'd like, but again, try to keep a naming convention down that you would like to do. You would like to use. And the next option that you'll see down here is this module info.java file. Now in 300, we're asked to not create the module as well. You can actually create two different Java projects and see what happens if you don't select this one. For the time being, we don't really need to worry about this for right now. So I'm just going to uncheck this one, and then I'm going to hit finish. And as you can see here, I now have at the top left CSC281 is my top level project. Now you'll see here I have a JRE system library, which is a Java runtime environment system library. This looks a bit excessive, right? But we can kind of ignore a few of those. We don't need to worry about them. What I would like you to do next to actually, okay, how do I make Java code, is to go into your SRC or source folder. So a source folder is going to be where we're containing all of the files of our overall package. And what I would like to do inside of this source folder is to create a new package inside of it. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to call this package practice. here. And now you can see here inside of my source folder, I have a package called practice. So packages kind of bundle up all of our Java files that we're going to be using. And that's kind of the layout that we'll be going for with them. Now, after I created this package, I can right click on the package and go to new. And you can see here I have this class. So if I click on class here, we'll notice that Eclipse already fills it out. It says our source folder, it says the package name, and we also have a name for this one. So I'm just going to call this Java file hello world. And there's a bunch of different options that we'll learn about when we're doing this. For the time being, let's just make it public. Leave the superclass and all these interfaces as they are. And what method stubs that I would like to create is actually the public static void main. Now, what this is, when we could see it running later, is if you're familiar with C, we have a main method in C that runs our code. It's the same idea in Java. We need a method called main to run anything in our Java code. Without a main method, your code won't run. So if you go ahead and hit finish here, you'll notice now that I have my package practice at the very top. And where is this practice coming from? Well, it's this one over here that we just made. And inside of it, I have this public class hello world. And you'll notice here, hello world is the same as this hello world I typed over here. So what happens if I call this 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, I get an error. Why is that? Because this class doesn't, or excuse me, this Java file doesn't exist. So it's looking for the same name. Cool. So what we can do now is actually try to type in a tiny bit of Java code, and I'll go ahead and put this in the description of the video. You can copy and paste it into your Eclipse file. What I'm going to type in is system.out.println, and then I'm going to put in 2 parentheses, and inside of these 2 parentheses, I'm going to type in hello CSC281. And then whatever you'd like, put in your name or anything as well. And you'll notice here that I get a little error. It's because each line in Java is supposed to end with a semicolon as well. And again, as you code more, you'll get a bit more familiar with the syntax and how it's supposed to be built out. But after I go ahead and type this out, what I want to do is see if I can run my code. So I'm in my main method. I typed in this piece of code. There's a green option up here called run hello world.java. You'll notice that there's actually 2 other play buttons to the right of this one. And also a bug over there. So you could ignore all those and just hit the main one that says run hello world.java, and I can save my resources. You can enable this to automatically save. And now after I run it, you'll see down here that I actually get to the console of what I need to print out. If I type in a test and run it again, I get this one here. So again, this is just the installation of your tools. I know I talked a bit about the layout and the packaging, but again, there's a bunch of different ways you can actually do this too. And as you get more familiar with the environment, you'll find those out yourself. But again, this is one way that building up a package and a source folder and so forth. Now, again, a big thing here is giving yourself enough time to learn the code, because as you can see here in Python, if I go ahead and just pull up my Python really quick, how do I print this out in Python? Well, what I can do is actually just grab up this line of code here, put in one print statement, and then I have that one there as well. So again, not trying to pick sides here, but in general, you can see here that the leap from Python over to Java is quite a bit. And the reason that we're doing the Java now is that for larger projects and files, Java is much more effective at organization and making sure our code is maintainable. Great. So after you go ahead and set up your Eclipse and making sure that everything is running okay, you should be set for our first week. Again, any errors or issues on your end, please email me at jledge34@depaul.edu.